Blighty Boxing with Frank Warren and Queensbury Promotions here in Epping at the magnificent Peacock Gym with one Denzel Bentley. Now then, Denz, there's only one place to start. Got a bit lucky then in the end. Nicked a draw.
Who got lucky?
You.
Funny guy.
Nicked a draw.
Yeah.
Danced your way around the ring.
I knew he was your mate.
Kept heading for the corners, covering up. So I suppose you've been quite happy with that in the end when you heard put 95, 95?
Nah, man. I thought I was going to hear 95, 94 at least, but...
It's Mr. Bowers again.
But yeah, it is what it is. It's a draw. Leave that in the past. Get the rematch on, and I'll prove everyone that I won the first one.
Those people who thought this was one for a phone box, you hinted at it before, but you said you might go a bit slippery, and not do your usual sort of knockout merchant type work. Did it go against your natural instincts to get on the back foot and sort of box in retreat?
Not really. I'm the type of person, I don't know what I'm going to do till I get in the ring. So until I get in there, that's when I find out what I'm going to do. So when I got in there, my natural instinct was to box instead of kind of rush forward. I guess, you know, just how I feel, what I feel like I'm confident doing, it's just, you have a game plan, but like more time, you just make it up on the night sometimes, innit? Like you go with the flow.
Drifting into the corners wasn't part of the game plan, was it?
It wasn't. But that was my fault. Those are mistakes that I made in the fight that obviously cost me the win. So, you know, you got to work on these things. You learn from everything you do. I know that when you're out there performing, it's time to perform. It's showtime. But you do pick up things and you do learn and you do pick up mistakes. And I have done that. I picked up on the mistakes I made and I'm going to rectify them and come back stronger in the next one.
Did you learn much about Mark? Did you sort of... what did you think of him as an operator?
He's alright, he's a good fighter. I said that before the fight. And he showed he's a good fighter, innit? It was a draw at the end of the day, so I can't say, oh, he's trash. But he's a good fighter, he's a decent fighter.
You got clocked late on, didn't you? You got caught, was it the 9th?
Yeah, 9th round.
For the first time in your professional career.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
Felt good. Yeah. I ate it.
What's it like? Do you sort of like see a few stars, your legs sort of wobble out?
No, it was just a good shot. It was a good shot. It was more so fatigue because he was hitting me early and the shots didn't affect me. But you know, as you're getting tired and you know your chin floats up in the air and he caught me with a good shot. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a good shot. It buzzed me for about a second and I was back to where I left off. I don't think I ended that round bad. I think that was the only thing. That was the only shot he caught me with that kind of that he could remember in that fight anyway.
You got him with one in the second, didn't you?
Yeah, and that was my weekend. No, I got him with a good shot. He just walked onto it. I turned southpaw and he walked onto it and put him down in it.
Did it feel different being in a big fight? And does it feel different now, having been in a big fight? Do you sort of feel like it's almost a kind of a earning of your stripes?
In terms of feedback, yes. To be honest, in terms of build-up, yes. In terms of being in a fight's a fight, innit? Like, no matter who it is, everyone's coming to win. But in terms of the build-up and the feedback after, yes, it does feel different. The messages I was getting beforehand were a lot more, it was a lot less routine win and more, yeah, you got this, like, you could do it kind of thing. And after it was like, oh, great fight, whereas usually it's like, oh, good performance, you've done your thing. Now it's like, oh, what a fight, we want to see it again, and you both done well for yourselves and all that kind of thing. But being in the fight, it didn't feel like, oh, this is the fight of my life. It's just another fight, innit? That's what I do.
You both very quickly said afterwards, do it again, no messing around from either side.
Yeah, of course.
So I suppose it's one of those straight back in the gym, was it, afterwards?
Yeah, of course. That's what it would have been that anyway. That's what we do. We be in the gym all year round, have a week off and we're back in the gym. So it wasn't a thing where I just got back in the gym because I wanted to get back the rematch with him. I would have been back in the gym anyway, looking to get out again this year, even if I got the decision that I thought I deserved.
You two were very nice to each other beforehand. Next time, do you think it might be a bit more edgy?
Well, I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. I'm a professional. There's no hard feelings in this game. Obviously, you see the results and you're upset with whatever, but at the end of the day, nothing's personal. I don't know him from anywhere. I didn't know him from anywhere. I just knew we were meant to fight. So there's no point in coming in and acting like I got some sort of beef with him. I don't have no beef with him. So I'm just going to react off, what I feel is right. So if I'm just who I am, innit? I'm an easy guy person, man. I'm all right. I don't need to stir up beef. I know I can fight. I'm good.
It's interesting, like the weekend just gone, there was an English title fight. This weekend coming, there's a British title fight at your weight. What did you make of the English title fight, first of all? It's Linus Udofia against John Harding. Udofia won pretty clearly. Is he a potential opponent? I know he's been linked with you numerous times, but it just never really doesn't seem a great willingness on their side.
You've been asked this question for years, Rich. I'm not looking at those fights no more. We've still got Mark Heffron to look at. He's a good fighter. He's a good level fighter. That fight we just had was good enough to be a British title fight. So I'm not looking at, no disrespect to anyone, by the way, I'm not looking at English title fights or whatever fights, because when we asked for them fights, we couldn't get them. So I'm moving on now, and if those fights do present itself, then we can talk about it. But other than that, it was a good fight, and I enjoyed it, and I thought both boys made a good account of themselves, and they both tried their best, and the best man won.
You can have a look at Liam this weekend.
Yeah, I'll watch Liam this weekend. That's just because I like boxing. I'm not trying to scope anything. I just like boxing. But I do think he'll win. I think he'll win convincingly. But we'll have to see. It's a fight. Anything can happen. And yeah, hopefully he does well and moves on and does his thing.
And lets that title go.
And lets that title go. Yeah, that's it. Lets that title go. And hopefully he grabs a new one that I can kind of call him out for.
Denzel, thank you very much. Well done.
Awesome.
On your lucky draw.
Yeah, your mate was lucky.
See you later, mate. Cheers.